Hello and welcome guys. Today I am going to talk about JavaScript interrupt in Blazor or how we can invoke JavaScript function in Blazor pages. This video is a part of Blazor series which is started from the Blazor fundamental. If you are interested to learn Blazor and don't want to miss any session of this, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and ring the bell icon. Let's get started. In our previous session, we see how we can add input form and how to do validation. Today we are going to see JavaScript, how we can invoke JavaScript function inside our Blazor pages. So let's say here in case of save data, I want to show a message. Go to Visual Studio. Here I have in www root I have added one JS folder one session.js, and in case of host.html, CSHTML, I have added the reference. So this work is a master page of Blazor. Next, we want to inject JavaScript runtime or IJS runtime. So inject IJS runtime, let's say JSR. Here we need to write a function to show a message. To save the time, I already written the function here. Save data. And to call this JavaScript function, inside our event or inside our submit method, which is calling through our edit form, here we need to call like this: our JavaScript object JSR and invoke void async save data. This is the function name of JavaScript file. Run the application. Guys, static JavaScript has gone. It is the era of runtime JavaScript. So you can see now it is invoking. How we are invoking? We are invoking this JavaScript function through our invoke void async method. Next, I want to show the book name and author name, like book name XYZ, author name XYZ saved successfully. For that, how we can do? Here I'm adding one more function which is save with data, where I am taking two parameters, book name and author name, and in case of alert function I am just concatenating the parameter. Next, call this method JavaScript function inside our submit data. So here I am calling directly without any bracket with the function name. Next, the important thing in runtime JavaScript that you can pass this parameter by comma separate. So here comma separate, you can pass n number of parameter. I want to pass my object dot book name comma next author. So author. So if there are multiple parameters here, you can also pass by comma separate one by one. Save with data. Save with data. Here we are showing the alert message. Run the application. So let's say book name C#, author John. So you can see book C#, author John successfully. Let's say I'm changing the author here. So you can see author's kit. So in this way, we can pass parameter to our JS function or JavaScript function. Next, how I can show or how I can handle DOM object. Let's say I have a div here. go to the Razor view or Razor component. So here you can see I have a div, a message box. I am giving message box and it is showing a alert info. So just we are showing, previously we are showing in the JavaScript alert. Now we are going to see how we can handle a DOM object. For this, so on page extra function I written, same book name, author name. Here just our traditional JavaScript, document.get element by id, inner text. I am assigning the message. Next, go to the Razor view. We need to call that particular function. Now run the application. Click on save data. So you can see how we can handle DOM object through our JavaScript function. All this thing we are working with button click. We are doing some event, then it's happening. Let's say here this book type, I want to load this drop down from existing list. For this, and this list will come from the JavaScript. Okay, so go to the JavaScript page, stop the application. For this, I have added one function. It will return the string of array, which is book type, like programming. It's a QA book, it's a notes, or it's a thesis, or it's a manual, like this. Okay, and we will call this particular function in our Razor component, in our Razor view, to load the book type. So to load the book type, first let me comment this. Okay, here we are returning list string of array. So first declare a properties. So here I am declaring one properties, string of array, list book type. Next, we are going to call that particular function in JavaScript, this particular function in JavaScript, get book type. Inside, we need to override a existing function which is on after render async. Whenever render complete, this function will run. So if it is a fast render, next list, I'm just assigning this string array list excuse me, list book type with, here I am invoking async with a parameter, the string array with get book type. Get book type is our this function name. Next, this is the part of C# part we completed, how to get the value from the function. Next, we need to assign this value in drop down. So for that, we are using Razor component input select. For text purpose, we are using input text, and for drop down, we are using input select. Next, book type, here binding the value here. The main logic is here. We are just selecting all the type with a string and binding the option value. Now run the application. So you can see book type is added. So in this way, we can load drop down or get data from a JavaScript function. Guys, in our coming session, I'm going to explain what are the Razor component and how to reuse Razor component across the application. If you like my video, give me a like and share this video with your friend. It really encourages me a lot. Thank you very much.